everyone. Okay, so we've got the setup here. 2 chairs with the backs facing in. This gives you your space to work within. It's like our playground right here. We start scooted to the front edge of the chair, hands resting on your thighs, elbows below shoulders, head atop all of that. And again, everybody agrees, yes, find a central pillar. And then where the Taoist viewpoint differs importantly is that the next thing you do after you put everything in good alignment is you let go. You relax. Now, if you relax and you lose that structural alignment, that's not going to do it. So then you got to grab back onto the body, place everything in its good alignment, and then let go. And your relaxation should, we should think about relaxation in the way that it actually functions, which is dilating. It opens, it unhinders places where tension is sticking things together, constricting, and shortening, bringing everything in and kind of getting stuck together. So when we relax, the experience is dilation and lengthening and separation of all the parts. And the more you practice this and the more you do these different Shenfa body methods that help to promote that state further and further, then it just gets deeper and deeper and deeper. And you start to feel like you exist in a sort of matrix of levity and fluid aliveness. But usually we're coming to the practice stuck together, some bad habits, some injuries, some, especially with Parkinson's, some sort of frequency, nervous system, electrical system, haywireness, right? And so we're coming to the situation in not the best state. So through the practice, we want to produce the more ideal state. And that's why regular practice is so important with this stuff. Like daily, sometimes multiple times a day. I'm doing it multiple times a day just to keep this state of being. So that means folks like yourselves should be doing it multiple times a day as well. 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 45 minutes, because it's just so important to get the mind, the breath, the body, this state of being as under your mastery as possible. So again, we've got Zhongjung or central upright. Then when we relax our body, we allow the separation of that which is of the earth, Chunwan, settling, sinking, and grounding us. And then you notice when you do it right, you don't just fall to the ground. In fact, you kind of have some levity. You feel a little buoyancy. You feel a little easier to keep upright in space when you're not holding all this extra. Every breath we take promotes this state further. Big breath in through the nose opens us, expands us, stretches us open, brings chi and breath in, and then we exhale, and everything settles and softens and releases. Okay, Renee, good. Every breath we take is our first Shen Fa, or body mechanism method that's producing the desired result here. Big breath in, long, smooth, and full. Hold that full breath. And then exhale out the nose or the mouth till it's empty. Stay empty. And then when you're ready, you inhale again. When you're ready, you exhale again. So easy to overlook something so simple as sit, relax, breathe. Right? And especially in our modern era, we hear it all the time. People are always saying, oh, do your breath practice, do your mindfulness practice. So I feel like it sort of gets pushed down the line in terms of importance. We go, yeah, I know what that is. But no, we don't, because every single moment is this opportunity to not be distracted. We got to train the E, or the mind. And so every breath you take in, and you watch it in, all the way to full. You hold it nice and full. And then when it's time, you softly turn over and exhale, and you watch it all the way out. And you can see your mind trying to run away and think about this and think about that, but you don't allow it. Hold that empty space. When it's time, you inhale again. Nice, long, and full. Holding, your mind is still present in that space of how long does holding feel right and good and nourishing, and then you exhale all the way to empty, empty. You hold empty, staying there. You inhale again. This is harnessing our mind, harnessing our energy, and settling it to the middle. 3 more breaths, make them good ones. Finish your next exhale. Empty the breath completely. First overt movement of the body. Slide hands, elbows, shoulder blades back. Chest up, chin up. Go all the way in this direction. Remember, this shape, this dropped forward shape, is a big problem for everybody. So we got to fight a little bit to get all the way back, head back, look up to the sky, right? Chris, pull your head back, way back, go all the way back. And I would say, Chris, for you, hold that longer, maybe even for a couple of breaths before then going into this shape, sliding hands forward, hollow the chest, drop the head. So we don't want to get stuck in any of these positions, but this shape is the one that happens as we get older or as our body goes through some sort of illness. It's this crumpling forward because the front of the body opens and closes. Everything is happening this way, not that way. So this act of big breath in, pull the elbows back, the scapula back, the shoulders back, the head back. And again, for you, Chris, you just stay there for longer. Like this could be your whole practice, is you just spend 30 seconds, head back more. You always keep trying to go back, back. Again, don't injure yourself, but try to fight against that forward momentum, that falling, crumpling. Exhaling when you're ready, slide the hands forward, past your knees, hollow the chest, round, drop the head. Now let's do this 2 more times. So we have your sort of formal idea of here's the movement, do it in a repetitive fashion. Then you have your personal application, which is what I'm saying to Chris at this moment, and it might be different for someone else watching this video. You know, but the idea of hold where you are, tending not to go. In order to create balance, we have to use our mind and our willpower to move the needle, move the state of things so that the center can become available to us again, which is really the whole point. Center, middle, neutral. Last one. And then let's just settle to that middle, to that neutral, that vertical. And then left hand goes forward past the knee, right hand and elbow pull back, turn the shoulders, turn the head. That's a nice rotation and twist. And then switch. Left hand and elbow pull back, right hand slides forward, turn the shoulders and head and twist. And then reverse. Slide left hand forward, right hand and elbow back, twist. And then switch. And switch. And switch. Switch. And then we're back to middle. Hang the arms alongside you. When we softly lean to the right, left wrist floats up, left foot empty. And then back to middle. And switch. Lean. Back to middle. Lean. Middle. Lean. And back to middle. And again, scapular range of motion. Shoulders forward, then up, back, then down, and most importantly, neutral. Forward and up, back and down, neutral. Forward and up, back and down, and neutral, and forward, up, back, down, neutral. Continue. Rolling those shoulders. One more. And reverse, back and up, forward and down, neutral. So we're taking the mechanism of the scapula, arm, shoulder, chest area, this whole region, and putting it through its full range. Which is more about unpacking something there that is extra, right? Very similar to like a hull of a boat that accumulates barnacles and residue that needs to be cleaned off, right? That's what's going on in this body is we are less and less active and mobile. We become stagnant and then that accumulates, kind of like plaque on the teeth. Plaque becomes tartar, right? Which is more firm and more dense and requires more activity to get it off. That's how we have to think of this whole body. Now, bend your elbows. Elbows flare out and up. And then down and in. Down, out, up. Down, around, in. Down, out, up. Down, around, in. Down, out, up. Down, around, in. Now, elbows straight, back, down, forward, up, forward, down, back, down, forward, up, forward, down, back, down, forward, up. One more. And elbows out. Left hand high, right hand low, cross, wrap around, elbows straight out, switch, cross, wrap around, switch, cross, wrap, and then open. One more. And down. Scoot back a little bit. Right knee lift, right heel pulls in, and then push the leg straight out. Reload it, set it down, and switch. Load, push, load, down. This leg, load, push, load, down. And load, push, load, down. And load, push. One more. Freedom of movement of all the joints. And then we go straight leg. Point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Then tilt the foot in, out, in, out, in, out. And then we circle in, around, and out. Reverse, out, around, and in. And down. Then we go other leg straight. Point and flex. And then tilt the foot a little in, out, in, out, in. And circle. Reverse. Forward to the front edge of your chair. Very important movement here that we often don't train. I mean, we do in here, but most people don't practice this. Internal rotation, external rotation. So I'm turning on the heel. My knees and toes stay aligned. The movement's coming from this ball and socket joint up in the hips, groin area. Then back to neutral. And then from the hips, fold. Sit vertical, tip back. Now, really important here is this idea that I'm not rounding my spine. So I'm not bending my lumbar spine or my thoracic spine. I'm getting this bulk of movement from the hip hinge. From this hip hinge, tipping, tipping. This has to be able to do this for the body to remain functional. This is the most important area of the body, this quad, this hip area. Now, hang your arms loose, slide your feet back a little bit. You again, fold at the crease of the hips. Now, arms and shoulders and head in front of your ankles, and the movement is forward to come from being in the chair to now the weight is under the feet, and then you just push through the earth and rise up. Remember, Jong is central upright, and then Chunwon is this idea of if I relax, then there's a sinking quality, a heavy sunken quality. I want to allow that sunken quality, which grounds me. So that's where we get grounded, by relaxing rather than by holding on, which is what everyone does initially, is they hold versus let go. It's a simple idea, but incredibly difficult, really, because it's scary to be standing when the ground is so hard and I could fall and smack into it, right? So we have to really get ourselves up. That's why having a walker or a cane or something around you is very useful, like these chairs, so that you can feel confident that if things go a little awry, you have some way to keep yourself safe, but then you can really practice this courageous act of standing all the way upright. Because what most people do is they get up there, but they stop about here, and then someone says, hey, get your shoulders back. And so then they pull their arms and shoulders back, and then they're jamming up their mechanisms, versus relax everything, bring those hips in alignment, and then you can feel this like a straw open up, like a tube open up for all the weight in your body to be able to go down. Now, keeping this loose quality, booty goes back, hinge, loose quality through the body, and then you just fold all the parts and sit in your chair. So I'm grounded through the chair, then I just fold forward, and now I'm grounded through the legs and feet, but I'm never not grounded. So there's no way to fall as long as I'm grounded. Fold, fold all the parts, and back. Let's do it again. Fold, rise up, and then fold, fold all your parts, and back. One more. And now do a couple of squats where you don't sit in the chair. You fold, sink, and rock. So we want freedom of movement of all the parts, right? We went through the foot, ankle, knee, the hip, the scapula, the head, the neck, the spine. We do a lot more of that in the Friday class where we go, point by point to loosen everything up. But all of it being loose allows this function. Now, you keep your chair where it is. Do not move your chair. These chairs are here. Now you've got this chair on your right. And hang those arms. And we've got our standing position. So now we got our middle pivot sort of generally designated by the navel. Navel and lower back, that section of your body. Plus this idea of the two hip spaces on either side. So this section of you is the main important pivot place in Tai Chi and basic correct body function, right? So if I'm stuck there, then when I walk, I have to do this sort of waddling thing, and you see all this movement, and that's destabilizing, like a ship in the ocean gonna list and fall over. Whereas if this is loosened and spacious, then I can just arrange myself over this leg. Now this foot is empty, but I've still got my alignment. And then I just relax and use the internal space to arrange over this leg, and this one's empty. And notice when I do this, I'm not locking that leg with a bunch of tension to try to create stability. Instead, I'm doing the opposite. I'm relaxing through the pivot places, the hip, the knee, the ankle, the foot, and allowing heaviness out of my body so that this is as empty as this. So the saying in Tai Chi is 1 full, 3 empty. So if I can achieve full, empty, right? And then full, empty. And so in the Friday class, we go over more of the Tai Chi complex movement where you add in the turns and pivots and cognitive challenge. Here we're just focusing on the functional use of separate, empty, and full for moving around the cabin, right? So we go over to the left. The most difficult part for people is to let the leg act like a spring rather than like a peg leg. Everyone's been using their leg as a peg leg, firming it, and so there's almost this lack of trust of settling, sinking, allowing that little bend. But when you find it, you realize, oh, that's wonderful. There's a springiness to this leg. Now, place your hand on your chair. Go weight down through your left leg and lift this empty foot. Get to the tippy toe. So it should look like this. The knee forward, the heel lifted, the tip of the shoe. And then land the foot back down and switch. Change the weight to the right leg. And then get this lift, down, shift. Once this leg is taking the weight, this should be empty enough to float, down, shift. Tippy toe, down, shift. From middle pivot, 1 full, 1 empty. Change. Relax. Now the weight down through your left leg, hand on the chair, go tippy toe, disconnect the foot from the floor, place the whole foot on the floor with 0 weight, and then change. Weight down through your right leg, go tippy toe, disconnect, place the foot down with 0 weight, change. Weight stays down, this leg is free. Right? What's the mistake that people usually make? They prematurely try to yank the leg off the ground. They get maybe, let's say, 70 or 80%, and then they pull this leg up with a bunch of force, and you wonder why you almost fall over, versus make sure it's empty, then it has levity, right? Then you change, you make sure you've got 100, 0, then this lift is no problem. Let's go to the next level, hand on the chair, tippy toe, lift higher, all the way up. So you'll notice there's no higher than this. This is the end of the mechanism. So use the chair so that you blaze this trail open, and then back down to the floor with no weight, and then change the weight. Tippy toe, lift. So again, it gets to the full use of the mechanism and then softens long from that, and then we change. The weight stays down. This is empty, weightless, down. The tendency is that people grab and yank. So we're retraining, don't grab and yank, relax. Have your middle, that gives you organization. It's almost too good to be true, Tai Chi. People think, no, you have to work harder to move your body. The answer is no, you do not. But you do have to train yourself back to this hydraulic, liquid, fluid self. You just do. You have to train. Now, I've turned my chair. Don't turn your chair. You just keep facing straight ahead. You got your 2 chairs like I set us up at the beginning of class. Move back from that chair. And I'm at an angle so that you can see the depth of what I'm doing, depth perception. So it's there within reach, but I'm not grabbing onto it. Now put the weight in your left leg, right foot empty, place it in front, the heel touching the ground. Now, right now, I'm totally down through this leg. My center of gravity is here. And then the primary direction is just down through this leg, correctly down. I have moved forward in space. And then I just go down the leg that's behind me, and I've moved backwards in space. But I'm not pitching forward to move forward or pitching backward to move backwards. Nothing at all. It's easier than that. It's just down. Down, down, down. You want your shoulders relaxed, you want your arms dropped. So Chris, notice that when you're going forward, you're pulling your arms back like this. Don't do that. Just let the arms hang by your side and go establish yourself in your front leg, and then establish yourself in your back leg. And don't pitch forward either, because you're kind of doing this. When you're going forward, you're pitching forward. Just get the zhong zheng, and then just let it go down and down. Hold on to nothing. Now, in your back leg, stay in your back leg, hand on the chair, and we go lift, lower, shift. Now you get all the way down through that right leg, and then bend that knee, lift, put the toe down, shift. Weight stays down through the left leg. You lift, lower, shift. Make sure your weight goes down through that right leg, and then we'll bend to the knee. Toe down, shift. The weight staying down frees this leg to lift, lower, shift. The weight staying down frees the leg for that little knee bend. The weight staying down, hip hinge. The weight staying down, knee bend. Now, hand on the chair for this one because we want to go full mechanism. Down, shift, and then hand on the chair again, that we're going full mechanism and reaching this toe back without any weight in it. And then shift. The weight going down, this full lift. Weight going down, full lift. Weight going down. So eventually you can do these things without the hand on the chair, but it's a great idea to just gently use the chair to give you the confidence to really practice this separate full and empty deal.
Right.
changing sides, side step. And now we're near this chair. Put all the weight in your right leg, left foot in front. Level 1 is just simple. Just change the weight, empty back foot, change the weight, full foot. Now, an important word often comes to mind is commit. Commit. So a lot of times I see people like put the foot down and then like sort of bring the weight here, but keep the weight back there, and then they're stuck halfway in and halfway out. It just doesn't work that way. You have to commit to that leg, and then commit to this leg. You got to let yourself, your body, your whole body go where you're going. You can't hold it back, right? With the arms holding back or any of that stuff, it just hinders the mechanism. So to the degree you can release the arms and shoulders, you got to do it. To the degree that you can just let your body change weight and move through space, you got to do it. Hand on the chair so that you can now lift, lower, shift. And then this back leg, little knee bend, toe down, shift. Weight stays down, giving the freedom of this leg. And then change. Little knee bend. Change. Hip hinge. Change. Knee bend. Make sure you're standing up straight there, Chris. Your head is falling off. Drop your left arm, Chris. Relax it. Right? You got to be able to pay attention to those things of all these habits that crop up, right? Now, hand on the chair so we can go full knee lift, down, shift. And then this knee comes forward and up, toe reaches back, shift. The weight staying down, the knee lift up, down, shift. And then this knee goes forward and up, toe back, shift. All the way, down, shift. And back. Switch sides again. Side step. And we're on the first side. Put the body weight in your left leg, right foot out in front. Now we're going shift. This back leg empty, step it without shifting, and then shift. So important thing we're learning with this exercise is traveling through space happens when we're changing the weight leg to leg, but it doesn't happen when we step. So I'm stepping, but I'm not moving through space, and then I move through space as I change the weight. So it's changing the weight, there's movement through space. The step occurs without any movement through space, then I change the weight, and that keeps the movement floating forward. Changing the weight, the movement floats back. Step without any movement through space, and then movement floats as you change the weight. And then we go change, step, change. When you get good at that separation, then it can feel as though it just flows, where you're just going change, step, change, where it's almost like a train, a constant movement of change, step, change, and then change, step, change. So there isn't this pause, but usually we have to train the pause in the beginning. Hand on the chair, lift, lower, shift. Now step over something. So the weight has to really be down for this foot to freely step over something. And then the weight has to go down for this little knee bend. And then the weight has to go down. This leg, a little tricky, lifts up in front, bend, reach the foot back again. I didn't travel through space at all. Now I travel through space as the weight change. Lift, lower, shift, step over something, shift, knee bend, toe down, shift, reach, shift. Weight stays down, leg lifts, shift. Step over, shift. Knee, shift. Shift. And then finally, full level, hand on chair for this one. So we go full lift, down, shift, and then it's heel to butt, knee to chest, foot forward, dangle that foot down, shift, hand on chair while you lift, reach back, change, and bring this knee up, tuck, reach, shift. The weight stays down as you lift, lower, shift, heel, knee, foot, down, shift, up, back, shift, shift. We're getting this ability to stay grounded throughout with all of these moving parts. And right now, these are pretty simple movements compared to what the body can do when you look at Tai Chi, Kung Fu, yoga, dance, all the different movement the body can do. But these are functional necessities. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Put all the weight in your right leg, left foot in front, level 1. Change the weight, step, change the weight. Change the weight back, step back, change the weight back. And again, the weight goes down, stays down when you step, and then down. You travel through space when the weight goes down from one leg to the other. You don't travel when you step, but then you travel as you change the weight. Change, step, change, change, step. And it's this idea that allows the idea of a teacup on your head being balanced as you move. And hand on chair. We go lift, lower, shift, and then step over something. Pick up the foot, step over, down, shift. And then little flamingo, down, shift, up, tuck, reach, shift. Weight stays down, leg lift, lower, shift, step over, change the weight, bend, down, change, up, tuck, reach, shift. Weight stays down, little lift, lower, shift, step over, shift, bend, down, up, tuck, reach, shift. And then finally, hand on the chair, full lift, and lower, and shift. And then heel, knee, foot, down, shift. Knee up, back, shift. Up, tuck, reach, shift. Weight stays down, allows that lift and lower. Change the weight. Full range. Change the weight. Knee. So, change the weight. Up, tuck, reach. Change. One more. Down. 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 And together. Now move to the left side of your space. And then turn and face downrange. Notice you got a big old runway. You got your chairs on your left side here. Put all the weight in your right leg, left foot in front. Let's go level 1. Change, step. This is a great place to feel what I was talking about, where you step without the body moving through space, and then the change of weight is where the movement forward happens. And then the step, and then the change, step, change, step, change. And then change to the back leg. Step without moving through space. The movement through space occurs with the shift. Step, shift, step, shift. You got to be able to commit to one to free the other, and then commit to that one to free the other. And let's do that again. Change, step, change, step, change, step, change, step. And reverse, change, step, change, step, change. And let's do a round where we step over something. So you got to be so well grounded to be able to pick that foot up and step it, and then ground again and pick this foot up and step it, and then ground here and pick this foot up and step it. Change. 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 And reverse. Up, tuck, reach. Change. Up, tuck, reach. Change. Up, tuck, reach. Change. Good. All right. Now, turn and face forward at this left side of your space. Put the weight down through your left leg. Right foot steps out and in. Out and in. Goal here is to be established through your left leg and feel how that frees your right foot to step out and in. And then you step out and leave it out. And let's change. So now you're established through this leg. And then you change, you're established through this leg. And then change, establish through this. Change. Right, so this pliability, this ability to separate and open space inside our body is what brings function back. Function is hindered by all this tension, stuck, jammed up situation. So the focus is on space. Opening up space, which at first feels less stable because we're accustomed to all that tension. But then we get accustomed to, oh, relaxed hydraulics. Now stay in your right leg, bring left foot in, back out. In, out. Make sure you got that good vertical, right? And for you, Chris, you want to assume that you are not vertical enough. Now bring that left foot in, keep it in. We got legs together. This is where we really use this mechanism in the sort of refined way of change the weight to the left. Right foot is emptied. Change the weight to the right. Left foot is emptied. Change. 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 Vertical line is intact. And I'm changing weight. And there's a little bit of traveling through space. You can see the picture behind me. There's some movement, but I'm not leaning in some overt way. There's just this little bit of movement. Now, weight through the left leg. Step right foot out. Change the weight to the right leg. Left foot steps in. Change the weight to the left leg. Right foot steps out. Change. Left foot steps in. Change. Right foot out. Change. Left foot in. Change. Right foot out. Change. Left foot in. Change. Right foot out. Change. And switch direction. Out. Change. In. Change. Out. Change. In. Change. In. Out. In. Down, right? That's the saying. The primary direction is down, step in, down, step out, down, step in, step out. Moving across space without disturbing our internal equilibrium. And without being all jammed up, hindered, and clumsy. Down, 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 down. Moving along. We come to the middle space between our chairs on either side and put all your weight into your left leg. Right foot turns out. Neutral turns in. Now let's skip neutral and just turn the right leg out. Let the body and hips and everything turn along with it. And then turn in. Out. In. And notice that the right leg remains empty throughout. Out. In. Out. In. Turn that leg out. Now, back to neutral and let's switch. Put the weight through your right leg. So now it's the left leg that's free. Turn it out. In. Out. And let the hips and body turn with it. In. Out. In. Turn out. Turn out. And neutral. Put the weight through your left leg. Turn the right leg out. Now, let the weight go down through the right leg, but notice how that turns your body and brings it around, reorients it. Weight down through your left leg, which frees your right foot so you can turn it out. Body turns out a little. Change the weight through the right leg, bring the left foot to match. Weight down through the left leg again, turn the right leg out. Weight down through the right leg, bring the left foot to match. Weight down through the left leg, turn right foot out. And down through. Go around again. Change the weight, turning out. Change the weight, bringing it around. Change the weight, turning out. Change the weight, bringing it around. Again, change, turn out. Change, bring it around. Change, turn out. Change. Switch directions, turning left foot out. Weight goes down through the left leg, body comes around. Weight down through the right leg, that liberates your left so you can turn it out. Change, bring the right foot around. Down, turning out. Down, bring it around. Down, turning out. Down. So important because this is how we reorient ourselves before we head off in a new direction. Down. Down. Now, instead of turning right leg out, we turn it in. And then change the weight into the right leg, bring the left foot to match. And then put the weight in the left leg, turn that right foot in, and then bring the weight to the right leg, bring the left foot to match. So now we're turning around in space, but differently. This one has more of a backing up quality. Turning in. And bringing it to match. Go around twice. Turning in. Bring it to match. Turning in. Bring it to match. Turning in. Match. Now we go the other way. So instead of turning left foot out, we turn it in. And then bring it to match. And again, we turn it in. Bring it to match. In. Bring it to match. In. And finally, with this set, we put them all together by turning right foot out, put the weight through the right leg, and bring the left foot around, turned in. And then the weight goes down through the left leg, right foot turns out. So now we're getting 180 degrees in 2 foot movements while keeping our central pillar intact, right? So comfortable central pillar, I turn out. Change the weight to the right leg, my central pillar still intact, I turn this leg in. Central pillar still intact, change the weight. So now I'm in the left leg, and the right leg can turn out around this central pillar. Change the weight. Turning in. Change the weight. Turning out. Change. Turning in. Change. Turning in. Change. And neutral. Now let's turn left leg out. Change the weight through the left leg, turning right foot in. Change the weight, turning left foot out, and it's the whole body again, turning around that middle pivot. Change the weight, right foot turns in. Change the weight, turn left foot out. In. Down through, turn out. Down through, turn in. Down through, turn out. Down through, turn in. Be able to change your orientation in space, otherwise you're stuck where you are, right? And back to center. Now, let's put that into even more function. So come over closer to your left side chair, move a little bit to the front. So the chair's still there for safety. Now, we're going to do basically a rectangular walk. So turn your right leg out. Change your weight into that right leg. Now I've reoriented myself this way, and I'm going to take a full step forward and shift into that leg. So now I've come around a corner and walked in a new direction. We're going to do that again. Turn the right foot out, put the weight into the right leg, my body's reorienting, and then I take a step in that new direction with the left foot and commit to that left leg. Turn the right leg out. Change the weight into the right leg, reorient the body, take a step in that new direction, change the weight, and then do it again. Turn the right leg out, change, step, change. Let's do it again. So this happens all the time where we need to change our orientation and then go in this new direction. Right? Changing orientation, and we're doing this at a sort of sharp 90 degree almost, right? But it can be much less than that or more than that, not necessarily more, but we want to just be able to have this idea that I'm executing all of this by going down, 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 down. So my middle pivot is stable, comfortable, all throughout. Okay, now move over to the other chair, front of that rectangle, turn left foot out, change the weight, turning and reorienting the body, then stepping with your right foot, moving forward through space. Now do it with the left leg, turn it out, change the weight into the left leg, right foot steps, and we move in that new direction. Turn this foot out, so it's a reorienting and then a walking. Turn the foot out, reorient, walk. Turn that left foot out, reorient, walk. Turn left foot out, reorient, walk. Left foot out, reorient, walk. A few more. and back to the middle between your chairs. Hands together, rub your palms, rub the back of one hand, palms, back of other hand, palms, and quad, groin area, hip flexors, tailbone, lumbar, and then as if sitting for a squat, sweep the hands down around the outside of the legs to the inside, then up the inside of the legs all the way to the belly button, and then we do it again. Quad, hip flexors, tail, lumbar, and outer legs, inner legs. One more time. Then we go outer, inner, and off. Outer, off. Outer, inner, outer, inner, outer, inner. And then we close the practice. Wing, roll, fold. Settle to your belly. And then seal the practice. One hand over navel, other hand stacked. And little hand position. Thank you, everybody. Great job. If there are any questions, you'll have to unmute in order to ask them.